Keyboards. What are keyboards? I don't know. But they do go and are commonly used as input devices for computers and many other devices. But just as with other technologies, there can't just be one. Membrane, mechanical, which is superior by the way, full size, 10 keyless, 75% braille, large, you get the idea. And with such a wide variety of functionality, this also goes for sound. Because I type on my keyboard basically every day, I want it to be somewhat more satisfying and sound and feel a lot better than it is without spending the enormous amount of money that you can on keyboards nowadays. So in this video I'm going to be doing a bunch of different mods and going through each of them step by step so you can follow them and do them at home really easily. As always, timestamps will be in the description, and if you have any questions about this keyboard modding video, I guess, ask in the comments. And without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, a while ago I already did a couple mods to my keyboard, and I'm gonna remove them for our baseline sound test so we can compare it to our final result. Alright, so the keyboard doesn't sound too bad, but it can be improved. So let's get onto the mods. Okay, everything's shut down and ready. If you are watching this on your PC, you don't have to shut it down. You can just unplug the keyboard. Just make sure that the keyboard isn't on because, yeah, you don't want to damage anything too badly if you mess up or something. But the first thing that we're going to do is take out all of the keycaps. Now you can do them by hand, as I'm going to be, because I lost all of my keycap pullers. But I found this cool YouTube trick. If you do up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. Yeah, I don't know how that works either, but it does, so I'll take it. But actually, before you do this, it's probably a good idea to take a picture of your keyboard layout. So when you put the keycaps back on, you have a clearer way of doing it. And of course I say that after I take off all my keycaps, great. Actually, while all the keycaps off, now you can take the time to actually dust your keyboard. I know that it's dirty. Yes, you, the viewer. I'm talking to you. Hi. The reason we're taking our keycaps off is that, well, I don't know, maybe you've got some new keycaps that you want to put on, but also because the keyboard is held in by screws, as you can see here, here, and here, and everywhere across the keyboard. I've already taken some out, but this just ensures that we take out all the screws and it just makes taking out the frame a lot easier. Unlike me, which left like 3 in every single time because I didn't take out all the keycaps, so yeah. But once you've made sure that all your screws are out, your frame might just pop off, but mine of course has to be different from the other keyboards. And you have to get a screwdriver and almost like pry out almost. I told you I'm missing a screw. I checked 3 times and there's a screw there. Are you joking me? But yeah, it should just pop off and you can lift it out. But don't pull too hard because there is a cable connecting it on the inside. And why do I still have this wrist right here? And now, boom. This is where majority of our modding is actually going to take place. The first mod that we're going to be doing is called the tape mod, and it's called the tape mod because you just layer a bunch of tape on the PCB and it makes the whole keyboard sound a lot more dense when pressing a key down. So the tape that we're going to be using is masking tape. If you have some thicker or different one, it should be fine, but generally it's just best to use something like this. And the way you do this is you just take a bit out and then you start from one end, just tape it down, and then you roll it over onto the other side. And it would be a lot easier if you could take this out, which usually you can, but the manufacturer very kindly hot glued it in, which I guess, damn, they hate keyboard mods apparently. So this is probably going to be a bit harder, but I mean, I already did it before. Evidence is this old bit of tape. I start here. It doesn't matter if it overlays, but you can kind of just tuck it in and then roll it out. Go to the end here, and I need some scissors, gosh damn it. Wow, these are rubber scissors. And boom, that's one layer of tape, and now a lot more to go. Now in terms of quantity, you don't want to do too much because it might be a bit hard to put the case back in. I would recommend around about 3-4 times at most, and just do that across the whole PCB, and that should be good. Alright, that's the tape mod done. I trimmed up the sides a bit, and I left this part exposed because I don't want to touch any capacitors and stuff that would probably break it. So yeah, that's it. Nice. Okay, so the next mod that we're going to be doing is the foam mod, and this is where you put just a bunch of foam in your case, and that helps out dampen a bit of the sounds, makes it a lot more dense. Now, for more expensive and reputable brands, you can get pre-made foam that just gets in here, but you could do what I did, and that is make the most jank foam I've ever seen. So I literally just got a bunch of foam from packaging and just like tape modded it together and stuff. And it actually works surprisingly well. But you just lay it over, and if this flipping thing came out, you could just like press it down and make the holes yourself, so that the screws from the case can actually go in the standoff and stuff. Of course, the more foam the better, but you don't want to put too much in because then it just becomes impossible to press the case down. And you know, when you unscrew one of the screws, it could just fly out and hit you in the face, so probably best to avoid that. But yeah, there's a little cutout here for the capacitor and the cable here, so we can just kind of layer it over, and that should be fine. Nice. But that nice is with a very big asterisk, because how the holes gonna line up if you got no holes? So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to poke some through here, and I have this very convenient multi-tool. Lift up and poke it through, and that should make a hole through there, and the tape just came off. Nice. Alright, okay, so the foam and tape mod is now done, but now is for the most important mod, and this is actually lubricating the individual switches, and I'm gonna have to explain this. And to do this, we are going to be using a keyboard switch lubricating kit, and what it has is the lubricating oil, which is basically like a grease. In this case it is 205 grade 0, some tweezers and a bunch of other stuff, and 2 paintbrushes. Now with a normal hot swappable keyboard, you would just take off the switch, and then you'd use this thing to kind of like get into the switch and then pull it out, and then you can just like disassemble it and lube all the and then you could lube the individual parts, such as the spring and the actual sides and stuff. However, on cheaper keyboards we can't do that because these switches are actually soldered in, and unless you have a desoldering gun, you can't take out the switches. So we're gonna have to do something a little bit So this is how we're gonna have to do it. So you get a little bit of the lubricant on your paintbrush, and in this case less is actually more. Just get a small amount like this, and then with some tweezers or something very thin, you push this down, and then you just paint gently the sides of the wall on the inside. You're all around it, and then that's it. And now it'll be way quiet. Now repeat that for 128. Oh hey, voiceover Zazu here. I'm just gonna add some stuff in that I couldn't in the video. The first thing is that when doing this, you want to take into account what keyboard switch it is first of all. For example, mine is bread switches, and these are usually very linear, so I'm using the grease 205. There's a difference between 201 and 205, 201 being like water and 205 being a lot more thick. But if you're doing this on like brown or blue switches, then I recommend 203, because then when you actually click down on it, it might get a bit mushy and then it'll just ruin the whole thing. The second thing is that you definitely want to be patient with this, because I don't know about you, but lubricating keyboard switches isn't exactly the most entertaining thing. So while doing this, I recommend you just like play a YouTube video in the background or watch something while you do it, because you'll get bored very quickly. But overall, we've done quite a lot of modifications, so let's see what the final product actually sounds like now. That's actually such a huge difference from how it was originally. So in conclusion, if you have the time to do this and you want to make your keyboard sound a little bit better and a little bit more different, then I would definitely recommend you do this. The lubrication kit that I had before, that was around about £15, $20 around about. So if you have the time and money, I definitely recommend this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you like this video, make sure you like it. And if you like this video, then subscribe. Hopefully we have a lot more keyboard videos like this coming in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Alright, bye.